These days, we're all missing the lives we used to live. We miss hugs and we miss handshakes and family we haven't seen in too long.
Hi, big boy.
Hi.
Who'd have thought there'd come a time when we'd be nostalgic for traffic? Man, do we miss watching our teams win. Hell, even watching them lose. You wonder when your kids will be able to go to school.
1 plus 1 equals
2.
That's right, you know that one already.
Many of you, too many of you, have lost your jobs and had to say goodbye to the people you love most. No matter what you've been through, I'm sure you've wondered, when can we go back to the way things were? But maybe you've also had that flicker of hope telling you our best days are still ahead of us. Because Americans have never set the bar at returning to the past. Never. And Americans don't quit. Ever. We've explored the heavens above and the oceans below. Whether fighting world wars or economic downturns, whenever we've been knocked down, we've always stood back up taller, stronger, ready to build an even better future. World War I inspired us to invent the blood bank. Yet amidst the horrors of World War II, we found a way to mass-produce penicillin. Hell, the Great Depression led to the creation of the chocolate chip cookie. Think about that. There was a time before the chocolate chip cookie. From the depths of despair, Americans always come together, united. And that's what we must do again. We must seize this moment to build a smarter, more resilient, more compassionate America. If you look closely, you can already see new flashes of American creativity. That spirit is what will empower us to emerge from this crisis stronger than ever. None of us can be heroes unless all of us are heroes. Not only by each of us taking the responsibility to do our own small part, but also by dreaming up big ideas, remembering that innovation often comes from ordinary people during extraordinary times. That's what makes America unique and exceptional. All the Americans who've ever stopped asking, why me, in favor of a better question, why not me? Every defining moment in our history, every movement for social change, every immigrant who has come to our country with a dream, every business that has contributed to our greatness, from the smallest corner store to the biggest tech giant, started with those 3 words, why not me? Why can't I be the one to change history? Why can't I be the one to change the world? And why not now? No one knows what's next, but here's what we do know. The best way to predict the future is to create it yourself, which raises the question, why not you?
Wow. Congratulations, class of 2020 at the High School of Health Professions and Human Services. You did it. You did it. Your class will go down in history. Every single person graduating in 2020 will remember this time. A time of alienation, a time of feeling alone, a time where it seems like the whole nation is burning. But guess what? The world is still yours for the taking. The world is still yours to make a change. And you deserve everything that you want because you put your head down during a terrible time and you made it through. And that takes guts. As a Puerto Rican American from Brooklyn, New York, I know what guts is all about. I had so many obstacles in my way. Everything from classism to racism to sexism, you name it. But I didn't let it stop me. If I saw a door that was closed off to me, I kicked it wide open. If I didn't see a door and there was just a wall, I made a door and I found my way through. And guess what? So can you, because you already have done it. Understand that you deserve a seat at the table just like everybody else. Take your seat, sit down, and let the world know who you are. I can't wait to see what you have to offer. I can't wait to see how you find your passion. I can't wait to see what type of difference you're going to make in the world. Stay strong because it is hard. That is the truth of the matter. But life is hard. You know what's harder? Not making it. I wish you the best. I'm very proud of you. And go get 'em. The world is waiting. Congratulations again. Take care.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Good evening, parents, families, teachers, and graduates. Welcome to the High School for Health Professions and Human Services first ever virtual graduation. With that being said, I would like to introduce our principal, Mr. Gentile, who will be introducing our Valedictorian and Salutatorian.
Welcome to the virtual graduation for the class of 2020. Good evening. Tonight is a night of celebration. However, before we begin the celebration, the High School for Health Professions and Human Services community would like to take a moment of silence to show our solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement and all those who have been affected by systemic racism in our country. Thank you. Class of 2020, it is an honor and a privilege to introduce to you this year's Class of 2020 Valedictorian, Rhea Pineda, and our Class of 2020 Salutatorian, Arlette Montalvo. And now, please welcome Arlette Montalvo, who will be giving this year's Salutatorian address.
Welcome again, friends, classmates, teachers, and parents. I want to congratulate each and every one of this year's graduates. Your hard work and dedication, your struggles to balance academics and social life, your money wasted on coffee and Red Bull drinks, your sleepless nights trying to cram that assignment that was given to you a week ago. You know, all the things you needed to do to get through high school. And now you're finally done. You're finally here at your graduation ceremony. Now, I know this was not the kind of graduation ceremony we were expected since this year started. Heck, even since we started our high school journey. We thought it was going to be our year, the year we will make our mark at school, our year to shine, to get crazy, to have the best grades, to spend time with friends, to confess to our long-term crushes, to go to prom, to attend our graduation ceremony. I know it hurts, for I also feel this way. For many of us, prom and graduation were not the only thing we lost this year. Unfortunately, we had to go through a pandemic that took away our sense of normalcy, our health, or even some of our loved ones. We had to witness increasing acts of violence that was specifically targeted to the Black and people of color community. We had to comprehend more than ever how our country, our government, and our police enforcement did not live to their expectations. This year was really a test of fire, a trial that brought us fear, uncertainty, sorrow, anger, and disappointment. And it is okay to feel like that. It's okay to not feel okay, especially after all that we went through. We deserve to acknowledge and accept our emotions. Yes, we are strong. We are invincible, and we do not want to feel the negative emotions. But we are also humans, and suppressing our emotions will only hurt us in the long road ahead of us. Recognizing our emotions is the first step of letting them go. Letting them go will free us from our pain. And freeing ourselves will make us grow and bloom into the beautiful people we can be. Like a flightless bird, we are hurt. But sooner or later, our wings will heal, allowing us to fly to the sky, where we ought to be. Healing is our first step before flying. But then, after we heal, new rocks will be thrown at us. New challenges will have to be faced as we reach adulthood. Sometimes it might feel like time is going so fast. Other times it might feel like everything is moving so slow. There will be times when we'll have to make an important, life-changing decision, where we'll have to take responsibility for major projects in our lives. Setbacks will occur. Feelings of uncertainty and loss will arise, especially when we look at the immense maze that our lives are in front of us. Which path will make me happy? Which path will take me to success? Am I going on the right path? All those questions will hinder our minds as we grow, making it easy for us to be frightened and stop in the middle of that maze. I know I will feel this way. So, as a fellow classmate and friend, the only piece of advice I can give you is to know yourself. Know what you like and what you don't, what you can do and what you can't, what you want to do and what you don't. If you don't know the answer to these questions, then explore. Like I said, our life is like the maze we used to solve when we were little. And just like how we did not solve the maze right the first time, so we will not take the right path to our end place. And that's okay. That is the whole purpose of living life, getting lost. Because when we lose ourselves, we are forced to find ourselves. When we fail, we know how to succeed. When we get hurt, we can heal and transform into stronger individuals. By taking the wrong path, we know it was not meant for us. So it is up to us, at that point, to turn back and explore a new path. That is how we will get to know ourselves. And that is how we will find the right path. I know it is easier said than done, that it is easier to be optimistic on sunny days. But I know that each and every one of you are strong enough to carry on to the next stage in life. Heck, we are facing one of the most challenging moments in modern history, and we're still standing here. Believe these words, and remember that when you are at your darkest moments in life. If we can go through a pandemic and cases of social unrest, we can go through anything. Hold on to that strand of hope you felt on beautiful days, and save it for the rainy ones. Remember what you have done so far, what you have accomplished and conquered, and recognize your own strength, because I assure you that that same strength and hope will get you anywhere in life. Again, I wish everyone the best of luck in your future ahead. I will miss you so much. Guys, congratulations and cheers to what's next. And now, please welcome to the stage our senior class president, Symphony Hilton.
Good evening, parents, teachers, and students. I would like to first begin with thanking everyone for attending this very different type of graduation. It hurts me to not be able to be with all of you on this very special day, but it does not mean we can't talk about the good times. The last 4 years have truly been a roller coaster. We've spent endless nights rushing last-minute assignments. We've experienced many, and I say many, mental breakdowns. But of course we can't forget the many funny Snapchat videos and funny moments we've all shared. The last 4 years have shaped us to be who we are today. Every good and bad memory has developed our character just a little bit more. You all learned from each other and helped each other grow. You all have had different opinions and came from different backgrounds, but it didn't stop you from all having your eye on the same goal, your future. Each of you set your mind to graduating, and you did it. You're here. For a lot of us, the journey was hard, but now you can say you overcame all the obstacles that were in front of you. Every second we spent pushing ourselves, going beyond our limits, and thinking about giving up are all irrelevant now. We all reached our goal. As Beyonce stated, you have arrived in the middle of a global crisis, a racial pandemic, a worldwide expression of outrage at the senseless killing of yet another unarmed Black human being. And you still made it. Thank you. I want you guys to use this current moment in history to reflect on yourself. Reflect on how you can improve in all aspects of yourself and your life. I know each of you have the ability to do so. In all honesty, we live in a time where it's normal for a black man to be killed by the police. It's normal for us to want to alter ourselves to what society views as acceptable. It's normal for people to believe that because of the color of your skin or your race, you don't deserve to have human rights. And it should not be. In a time where America should be resting, I'm screaming Black Lives Matter. I'm screaming justice for George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Ahmaud Arbery. I'm screaming justice for so many people that if I listed all of them, pages and pages would be full. Never would I have thought that a man going bird watching would be falsely accused of being a threat. Never would I have thought that in 2020, I fear for the lives of black fathers and black brothers just because they walk out the door. I would be lying if I told you I'm surprised this is America. I'm not surprised because this has been America. In 1955, parents were explaining the death of Emmett Till to their children. And now in 2020, nearly 65 years later, parents are explaining the death of George Floyd to their children. In order for the story to stop being repeated in different versions, we have to make change. We are the generation of change. It is up to us to change America's narrative. Be the person who educates your family on what's going on in history and why it matters. All of you have the ability to be leaders, and I know you will be. Whatever path you guys decide to take, whether it be college, a trade, or a job, you will be successful. But right now, at this moment, I want you guys to fight to break racial barriers and stand up to bigotry in your everyday lives. Be the change you want to see, because not only as a community, but as a country, we must be united to see any change. I want to take time to thank all the parents of all the graduates of 2020. You constantly pushed us to be better. You've taught us what being a leader looks like and the importance of never giving up. Thank you to the teachers who taught us our worth and gave us guidance to become our best selves. Most importantly, congratulations, class of 2020. Thank you for allowing me to be your leader. You each have helped me grow as a person and helped me appreciate life more. I want you each to never forget who you are and always remember your worth. I wish each of you all the best. Congratulations. President Symphony is finally signing out.
I'm Gail Brewer, Manhattan Borough President, and I'm here to congratulate the graduates of 2020 from the High School for Health Professions and Human Services. You are one of the best kept secrets in Manhattan. You're one of the largest schools in Lower Manhattan, and you graduate at very high rates, and you are going to be, in the near future, the frontline workers in healthcare in our country. Congratulations on so many levels. And you found unique ways to support each other during these many crises. You did support groups, and you played virtual games, and you had a hashtag, Viper Strong HPHS. You stayed connected as a community. Congratulations. I also want to thank Principal Robert Gentili and the amazing assistant principals who are so supportive of you as students. And I obviously want to thank the families and the friends and the guardians of today's graduates for all of your support and all of your sacrifices. The day you have all worked for is finally here, and it comes with the promise of new marvels and struggles that await you. Completing school is a great accomplishment in any year, but I don't need to tell you how difficult it is to adjust for this pandemic. It's had a whole new slate of challenges to complicate your last semester. You've had to learn from home while coping with a world changed by COVID-19 and the murder of Mr. Floyd. But as I said earlier, you found support in one another and you came out stronger as a community. The maturity and the resilience you have shown during this time speaks to your bright futures as the next generation of healthcare workers, of human services professionals, and as community leaders. I don't think you need much advice. I really don't. People always say, give advice at graduations. I don't think you need much. The one aspect of life that I find helpful, however, is small actions by each of us can make a big difference to others. We are a country and a world that looks to its young people for leadership. And I have a couple of instances that you might find interesting and supportive. Number one, you don't have to go too far back. Social distancing is very familiar to us now, but I had never heard of it before this awful COVID. It originated as a policy in a pandemic during the George W. Bush administration when he was president in the early 2000s. But the idea of social distancing, it didn't come from the government, it didn't come from consultants, and it didn't come from a scientist. It came from a 14-year-old by the name of Laura Glass. Yes, her father was a scientist, and not everybody has a father who's a scientist, but she did it on her own. In 2005, she built a computer model of social networks at her high school so she could plot how a disease could spread. Sounds familiar. She was really doing it because she wanted to win the Intel Science Fair. She didn't know anything about national policy, but today we know that her findings at her young age of 14 changed the way the world studies infectious viruses. Now, it is true, her father got her a computer in terms of working in his office, and he helped find equations and metrics that help today to determine social distancing protocols. But with her father, she did in fact publish some of this information in a medical journal. She's now 29 years old. And her work applying complex systems analysis has already saved millions upon millions of lives worldwide. And guess what? She only won 3rd place in the science fair. Number two, if that's not enough to convince you of the young person's ability to change the world, you maybe have heard of this woman, Greta Thunberg. Well, she was 15 years old, and she decided that the climate change needed to take place in the world. So she skipped school every Friday, and she sat outside the Swedish parliament with a protest sign and the determination to be heard, which is exactly what the young people protesting today about racial inequality are stating. Young people need to have a voice. She actually came to New York last September, but she sailed across the Atlantic because she doesn't want to get on a plane, because she points out that planes burn fossil fuel, which she is against. So she is leading millions of people in a campaign for real action on climate change. She captured the imagination of the world, and when she came to New York on September 23rd and spoke in Lower Manhattan at the Battery, 250,000 young people were legally able to skip school because the mayor gave them permission, and she spoke about solutions to save our planet. But it's no joke, because the United Nations stated that in 10 years, if we're not careful, we're going to lose 1 million plant and animal species because we're not taking care of our planet. And that could impact our forests, our oceans, and as you know, our health, our food supply, our water, everything that sustains our planet. But you already know all that. The third example took place during the murder of Mr. George Floyd in Minneapolis. As a result, we are watching young people in the forefront of a social justice movement that has gone global. Every important justice movement in our recent history has been empowered by you, by young people. And in each case, you created a new normal. Thank goodness you refused to accept the status quo. as in the civil rights movement, the anti-war movement, the women's movement, the Me Too movement, and the environmental justice movement, all thanks to young people. And I have current examples, because as George Floyd was being murdered by a police officer in Minneapolis, 17-year-old Darnella Frazier was recording the infamous video. The only reason you and me and millions of people around the world have gotten to bear witness to the injustice Mr. Floyd suffered is because of a high schooler. And now there's legislation at all levels of government to limit police abuse and protect human rights. But that progress wouldn't be made without Darnella Frazier taking the risk of documenting this horrific murder. I just also want to mention an Abby Job. She's an African-American student at Elro. We know it as Elro, but it's really Eleanor Roosevelt High School. And she organized a virtual forum on the history of protests and police violence for her classmates. The murders of many black men and women by the police have demonstrated in horrific fashion the racism upon which our country was built. Out of the pain and oppression must come activism, and out of this crucible we will either become better or worse as a society. I have confidence that you, as our future leaders, will take action, hold your elected officials like me accountable, and make the world listen again. I also want to thank your teachers who are preparing you under difficult circumstances to process these moments. Many New York City students don't get news or current events from TV or media outlets or even from the internet. You get news, I think, from your friends and from our streets. Your teachers have worked with you to read and find sources of information that are factual, facts matter, and compare them with your own experiences. For instance, is there bullying? Is there free internet on your block? Is the school food nutritious as well as the meal you want to eat? How do these questions and many more tally with the data? You know, we're a big city, speaking of data. I just want to mention, don't forget to fill out the census so we can all be counted. Every student from pre-kindergarten to high school brings in $2,700 from the federal government every year for 10 years, but only if we fill out that census form. Teachers know that their students, you, will be entering a world that is deeply unfair, and yet you, as young people, you're enthusiastic about opportunity, but to your credit, you're also skeptical that you, our future, can make it more equitable. The good news is that right here in New York City, the city of immigrants, in a nation of immigrants, there's plenty to be done, and you are up to the task because you are part of our city mosaic, as former David Dinkins used to call us. We're a big city and we're diverse. We have 500,000 Asian Americans, 2 million African Americans, over 2.4 million Latinx, 3 million of us are foreign born, and 1/4 of us arrived in 2000 or later. And of course, in our public schools, there are 1.1 million wonderful students like you. We're diverse in what we have produced, so many different things. But just to give you an example, New Yorkers produced the TV remote control. We produced and thought of teddy bears and credit cards and Mr. Potato Head and air conditioning and hip hop and Jell-O and toilet paper. They all started in New York City. And we're famous for something else. We have 1 million pigeons in New York City, and they drop 25 million pounds of pigeon poop every year. So maybe you can find out a solution for that. But more seriously, facing these challenges will require the efforts of you, of healthcare workers, of scientists, of those in the nonprofit sector for whom I have the greatest respect, activists, artists, educators, everyone, to help develop and be inspirational. That's what a leader of tomorrow is. and you will focus on public health, find ways to save our planet, and I sure hope ensure social and criminal justice for everyone. Congratulations, graduates, and I can't wait to see the change that you and your generation will make and all that each of you will accomplish based on this amazing experience at your high school. Thank you so much.
Class of 2020 from the High School of Health Professionals and Human Services. Congratulations, you all made it. I'm Harvey Epstein, your state assembly member to represent your school in this neighborhood. Thank you for being here, and thank you for all you did to get to this point. First, I just want to acknowledge the times we're living, acknowledging that Black Lives Matter. And as members of the state legislature, we passed a series of sweeping bills to change our relationship to police. We repealed 58, banned chokeholds, and made it easier to understand the history of police officers in New York. We took small steps, but we need to dismantle structural racism in our country. I know you will be a part of it. I also know this isn't the way you envisioned your high school graduation, but no doubt it is a moment that you'll remember for the rest of your lives. Hopefully you'll be celebrating this moment for you. The pandemic has been a learning experience for everyone. It's made us all think about drastic, immediate changes in the way we learn and our relationship to schools and government. It's been difficult and frustrating for so many of you, but I hope that we all emerge from this more caring New Yorkers. I want to thank all the devoted teachers who helped you along the way in this journey, and to your families and caregivers for their tireless support, and graceful in their help to make sure you could learn. You know, your dedication and commitment is clear. We learned that 90% of you will be continuing your education in colleges and universities all over the country, whether it's this state, another city, or someplace else. This experience will be invaluable for you as you move forward with your life. I hope you remember your friendships and relationships you've come here to form. And the success already you've completed, the science research program or the medical assistance program. I look forward to your pursuits in science or medicine in the future. These are critical fields, especially now that have passionate people like you wanting to enter them is so important. Today is one of those milestones in life that we all remember and celebrate. And don't ignore the challenges that have faced you all. We understand that we face these every day, but they're more acute in today's environment. Your class is a diverse and uniquely interesting class. You represent every borough in different races and walks of life. You've proven what other generations haven't been able to prove. Come together, fight together, keep learning, keep dreaming, keep accomplishing. Remember, you need to give back to your city, state, and your country, and use your great, bright ideas to make our lives better in the future. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for your willingness to achieve, and thank you for being who you are. Be well, be peace. Thank you.
Hello, High School for Health Professions and Human Services Class of 2020. I want to start off by saying congratulations. I wish I could be with you all to celebrate this momentous day. We may be online, but I hope you take this moment to reflect on your accomplishments and find joy in them. Because we all know how hard it was to get here. Under normal circumstances, graduation is the culmination of years of focus, studying, and test taking. But this year, you have all accomplished so much more. When you suddenly switched to online learning without getting to say goodbye to your classmates and teachers, you didn't know what would happen next. And for many of you, this transition meant figuring out how to get schoolwork done while looking after your family, or learning right beside a sibling, or helping your parents, or going to work to help pay the bills. And for some of you who lost loved ones during this pandemic, it's been a time of mourning. The commitment and perseverance you have shown is unlike any class we've seen before, and that needs to be celebrated. You may have been separated from your peers for the last few months of school, but you will be forever bonded by what is going on in our city and in our country. In the last few months and days, we've seen a global pandemic, economic recession, and now we're all confronted by the reality of institutionalized racism in this country. I don't say any of this to frighten you. Instead, I hope that all of you take in what's going on right now. And after you dig past the fear, anger, confusion, and anything else you may be feeling right now, think about what you want to see change. It may feel difficult at first to imagine yourself as an agent of change, as changing the world without being rich or well-connected, but you can do it. Whether you want to be in Congress or maybe even president, cure diseases, start a sustainable fashion line, work overseas in developing nations, manage your own business one day, or make the next big technological discovery. And we know it's even harder to do these things when you're from a certain background or you look a certain way. But look at some of the people making change today. I could not speak to you without acknowledging the protests and efforts of those fighting to address the deaths of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and countless other American victims whose voices out there have made your elected officials and people like the governor of New York take notice. And we must use this momentum to make real change. People, mostly young people, are out there fighting for a better city and country for every person, for better public education and healthcare, and to feel safe, not just when they step outside, but in their own home. And young people have led every significant civil rights movement in our history. So I offer you my commitment to translating that courage into real legislative and budgetary reform for our police and other areas of government. I'm committed because I was a lot like you when I was young. I grew up with a single mother in the Lower East Side and went to local schools. And when I graduated from high school, I was the first person in my family to be able to follow that dream of going away to college to get a great education while still working side jobs and full-time in the summer to afford books and tuition. It took time and commitment to get to where I am today, but after seeing what all of you have accomplished this year, I already know that you are on the road to developing the empathy and courage you need to pursue your passions. And your next adventure, as it begins, please remember to use your voice, to ask lots and lots of questions, be yourself and tell your story, and speak up because your individuality should be recognized and celebrated. You will encounter roadblocks and obstacles, especially if you are Black, Indigenous, disabled, a woman, or a member of our LGBTQIA community. But follow your heart and lead with humanity. Be assertive and always be kind. As you embark on the next chapter of your education, I want all of you to remember the power you have as young people. Never let anyone tell you that you are not old enough or smart enough to know what you want your future to look like. And probably most importantly, you have purpose. You are going into this world with a resilience and understanding that makes you essential in what we change. And I have no doubt that you will use what you've learned to find your way, to fight, and to succeed. I can't begin to convey how proud I am of you, how thankful I am to your teachers and the staff who are delighted to have known you and who want you to live your best life. You have a purpose, to take what you have seen, heard, and learned and run with it. Run with it and be authentically you in how you move and what you wear. And in whatever is next for you, please know I will never stop cheering for you. I can see many, many more celebrations ahead of you. And I can't wait to follow you on Instagram, in the streets, and in creating real change for this place we call home. So be proud of yourselves today. And congratulations to the class of 2020.
We are now going to take the Ephebic Oath. The Ephebic Oath originated from ancient Greece. It was the oath young Greek men took when they became citizens. As we graduate from high school, a diverse class of all genders, ethnicities, and beliefs, we become citizens of New York City and the world. We take this oath now to pledge that we will fully engage in doing what is right for our society. Please repeat at home after me. I shall never bring disgrace to my city, nor shall I ever desert my comrades in the ranks. But I, both alone and with my many comrades, shall fight for the ideals and sacred things of the city. I shall willingly pay heed to whoever renders judgment with wisdom, and shall obey both the laws already established and whatever laws the people in their wisdom shall establish. I alone and with my comrades shall resist anyone who destroys the laws or disobeys them. I shall not leave my city any less, but rather greater than I found it. Thank you. And now, without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce to you Ashley Saliasi, our senior class treasurer.
School spirit can be defined in many ways. However, most importantly, it's to have the passion and drive to represent your school's true colors in and out of the building. Here at HPHS, we take school spirit a long way, so I know all of our nominees have spent many hours trying to fully represent what the school stands for. Thank you, Jasmine, Francesca, and Symphony for everything you have done for the school. However, I am proud to announce that the winner of the Adonai Cumberland School Spirit Award is Symphony Hilton. Congrats, Symphony.
Good evening, health professions. So since we have all been missing each other, especially the teachers, the staff at Health Professions wanted to switch it up a bit. The seniors were asked to vote on which staff member they wanted to hear some words from. And no, they aren't rapping, even though I know a lot of you would love to see that. This is really just a moment where us students wanted to hear some kind and inspirational words. So, I am happy and thrilled to announce the winners of this competition. We will be hearing from Miss Gigerich, our lovely English teacher, and Mr. Natera, one of our most funniest teachers here at Health Professions. I hope you enjoy.
Class of 2020. It's Miss Gigerich. I'm so honored that you picked me to be one of the teachers you wanted to hear from in graduation. I'm so proud of all of you for getting this far, for completing this year against such adversity and in such difficult times. You have all worked extremely hard and you've accomplished so much, and I've been able to see it firsthand in the work you've done in my English classes, in my College Now class, in the National Honor Society. You've all done fantastic things, even in these few months, and of course before, when we were still in that place that we, used to call school. My students will know that I taught 2 Shakespeare plays, and Shakespeare's my favorite, so I'm going to leave you with some of his words, one from each of them. My AP kids will remember that in the beginning of King Lear, Lear says, "Nothing will come of nothing." And that is true. I hope that as you go into college and your careers, that you remember that nothing will come of nothing. If you do nothing, if you say nothing, if you do not act, then nothing will change. You have to make sure that you speak up, that you act, that you react properly, that you do something. You do not do nothing. And my E8 Women in Literature kids will remember, perhaps from the end of Hamlet, at the end of the play, Hamlet says, "The readiness is all." You are ready. You are ready for whatever will come your way. Especially after the last few months, you are definitely pretty much ready for anything. And sometimes the readiness is all. You just have to be ready to take whatever it is that life throws at you, take whatever chances, whatever opportunities lie in your path, and do the best that you can with them. I know that the class of 2020 will do wonderful things because I've seen you already do wonderful things. I'm so proud of you, and I hope that you have a wonderful summer as much as you can, and that you start college and your new lives ready to go and ready to do something fantastic. Congratulations.
Hey guys, there's been a lot going on in the world, and I understand. And sometimes seeing radical change like what we've been seeing is scary, right? When we see crises such as a pandemic and struggle with violence, sometimes there's violence against racism occurring simultaneously, it makes us wonder if things are getting bad. But things are not getting bad. Things are getting very good. Because you guys are entering the world. And I mean that. Another world is possible. Workers built this world with our hands. And workers can rebuild this world. And you are entering college. You're entering the working class. You have ceased to become students. And now is your time to inherit the earth. I've spent decades teaching, and I enjoyed every moment, and I will continue to enjoy every moment teaching, because I fully believe that you guys are the future. We make the road by walking it, and we are going to continue to make this road. It's yours now. This is your world. This is your road. You can make it, and we do not fear the change. We do not fear the fight. So I'm very proud of all of you, and I look forward to seeing the world you will build. Bye.
Hi, my name is Ms. Pasquale, one of the school counselors at the High School for Health Professions and Human Services. I would like to congratulate the class of 2020 for all of their hard work throughout the last 4 years. I wish you nothing but continued success, health, and happiness for the years to come. And now, here are the official graduates for the class of 2020. Alexis Obajai, Allison Abreu, Casey Abreu, Shazia Afrin, Iram Aguas Vivas de los Santos, Daniela Aguilar, Theron Ahmed, Aluakemi Akinfenwa, Fahima Akhtar, Sharon Alam, Mark Aldas, Ashley Ali, Mugisa Alidina, Leslie Almachi, Alejandra Alvarez, Ayman Amjad, Kasim Anderson, Tatiana Anderson, Karen Andon, Guadalupe Andres, Talia Anthony, Tania Anthony, Elizabeth Antonio, Nicole Antonio, Mariana Arbelas, Joshua Archibald, Juliana Aristi, Ane Ariza, Brittany Arthur, Kezia Asimoa, Rajib Asif, Nusrat Atia, Fadi Atala, Yancy Avila, Fadi Aziz, Junior Carrillo Baez, Osvaldo Baez, Navy Baines, Hawa Balde, Frank Barros Capellan, Fadi Bazrouk, Jesse Beato, Rossi Beato, Malisha Begum, Jennifer Bello, Khalees Bernard, Rafael Biayu, Ronish Bista, Xaviana Blunt, Stephanie Borquez, Sandra Bravo, Yul Bravo, Alexandra Brigger, Nayeli Brito, Zone Bruce. Sandra Cabañas. Samantha Cajamarca. Alex Calixto. Valeria Calle. Giselle Campoverde. Judy Carchi. Shelby Carchi. Rebecca Casanova. Ruby says Casayol. Aideen Joyce Castillo. Eduardo Cervantes. Jasmine Chabla. Ruthia Chan. Alethea Charles. Stefanos Chasiotis. Christina Chen. Faye Chen. Helen Chen. Kaya Chen. Evelyn Chimbo. Hadassah Clark. Kiara Colon. Jocelyn Constantino. Michael Cordova. Wendy Crescencio. John Criollo. Thandoi Croak. Jaden Cruz. Michael Quadrao. Bernicia Cumberbatch. Christy Damblue. Miriam Danyoko. Lonnie Davis. Yasmin De La Cruz. Joylyn De La Cruz. Dylan De Silva. Caitlin De Gabriel Iriarte. Diego De La Guerra. Judy DeLorde. Jason Deng. Isatu Diagne. Abdul Diallo. Habi Diablo. Crystal Diaz. Michelle Diaz Bravo. Abdu Diop. Kayla Donato. Mariam Dore. Fabriana Dorzeler. Rohi Drame. Sierra Ellis, Ashley Emile, Carla España, Braulio Espinal, Lillian Espinal, Tatiana Espinosa, Caitlin Estrella, Jonathan Estramera, Sydney Falanga, Kadeem Farquharson, Brianna Favorite, Maria Fernandez, Paola Fernandez, Madeline Flores, Andy Flores Martinez, Robin Flores, Emmeline Flores, Xavier Flores, Omar Fofana, Ryan Fong, Emmy Frias, Zanita Gasovic, Gabriel Galarza, Juan Galindo, Joseph Gallo Rodriguez, Chandra Gamma, Fritzy Garcia, Haley Garcia, Gennardi Gaston, Erica Gavidia, Tracy Gose, Genevieve Goldstein, Eliza Gonzalez, Luis Gonzalez, Dania Gordon, Lucinia Grandoit, Eric Guaman, Maureen Guillaume, Jagage Gumane, Supreme Gurung, Quilla Gustav, Tania Gautama, Stephanie Gutierrez, Eric Guzman, Francisco Guzman, Princess Guzman, Tashi Gyatso, Iram Hamid, Mahbub Haq, Sikaria Harg, Elizabeth Heng, Eldina Heredia, Jean-Gaius Hernandez, Justin Hernandez, Natalie Hernandez, Amir Kurimovic, Leanne Hurtado, Symphony Hilton, Imal Ibatulin, Justin Ikaza, Jumira Islam, MD Islam, Notion Islam, Sadia Islam, Casey Isley, Kaylee Isley, Nolija Jacob, Kalila James, Tenzin Jantrup, Taspia Janat, Ariana Jara, Nadani Jawahir, Rubesa Jessica, Kareem Giles Walker, Ariel Jimenez, Kayla Jimenez, Benjamin Jaffe, Adrian John, Ritika Junija, Chitrani Kadar, Aliyah Kadir, Anusha Karki, Sophia Carolis, Gurwinda Kaur, Kylie Heinstein, Crystal Kessig, Shanila Khalid, Mahmuda Khatun, Katarina Kinyak, Erica Kippen, Mamadi Kone, Medina Kraya, Daffy Quang, Ilana LaChapelle, Kathy Lamb, Melina Lancaster, Yuri Lantigua, Anderson Lazo, Christina Leone, Naomi Leone, Vicky Leong, Ping Ping Lee, Alicia Lynn, Emily Lynn, Laura Lindsay, Liana Ling, Andy Liu, Julie Liu, Zin Yu Liu, Karen Yaksha, Estefany Lopez, Jenny Lopez, Larry Lopez. Monica Lopez Burtz. Jasmine Luna. Itzel Machado. Angela Macias. Melanie Macias. Michelle Madera. Wasik Mahmood. Victoria Maj. Daniela Manrique. Salma Marin. Marvin Marte. Melanie Marte. Maria Martinez. Kaylin Matos. Naveen Matwali. Emily Maza. Aaliyah Medina. Alexander Mendez. Ashley Mendoza. Justin Mercedes. Amarache Maramato. Kabari Mim. Christopher Minchala. Amanda Mireles. Maria Molina. Brianna Moncayo. Arlette Montavo. Jose Montestioca. Angie Morales. Brandon Morales. Dahlia Moran. Eileen Moreno. Jocelyn Murillo. Naza Mominovic. Rafaya Murray. Wahiba Nahar. Tania Nazrin. Luisana Navarro. Oscar Nyodal Cielo. Isaiah Negron. Dana Neal. Kiara Nieves. Grace Krume. Alan Noboa. Sadia Notion. Hasnat Nori. Theophila Oforibua. Eileen Olivar. Alyssa Oquendo. Essence Orange. Trent Orange. Joanna Oriana. Stephanie Oriana. Javier Ortega. Nicole Ortiz. Daniel O. Wendy Palomek. Catherine Para. Skyla Patterson, Veronica Pavlovska, Jody Pitakayo, Emily Pena, Catalin Pena, Jury Lady Pena Laura, Maria Peralta, Anthony Perez, Christian Perez, Jalen Perez, Ruth Perez Mercado, Justin Perez, Caitlin Peters, Ashley Piacena, Paola Pichardo, Rhea Pineda, Lailani Plata, Jason Plaza, Brian Quinapanta, Sandra Rodasvaledvik, Rabia Rahman, Sanjana Rahman, Syed Rahman, Taznova Rahman, Gulcharia Ramankolova, Shrindi Ramalingam Balahi, Emily Ramirez, Abby Rampersad, Rohan Rashad, Katsalyn Ravel Pereira, Jacqueline Reyes, Janisa Reyes, Kelsey Reyes, Dariana Reynoso, Famid Reza, Shiley Rivera, Tatiana Rivera, Stephanie Robles, Ainoa Rodriguez, Darylyn Rodriguez, Jacqueline Rodriguez, Jalen Rodriguez, Jasmine Rodriguez, Jasmine Rodriguez, Kayla Rodriguez, Kiara Rodriguez, Mariela Rodriguez, Miguel Rodriguez, Leisha Rojas, Jennifer Roland, Layla Roman, Joshua Rhonda, Amisha Ruknarim, Emily Rosa, Alejandra Rosales, Ashanti Rosario, Brandon Rosario, Dylan Rosario, Gabriel Ruiz, Madison Ruiz, Puspa Sabu, Syra Saeed, Hanifa Safo, Ibtihal Sadie, Isaac Salas, Fat Mazara Salem, Salma Salem, Ashley Saliasi, Marie-Lena Santana, Jokairi Santana, Matthew Santos, Jennifer Segovia, Diana Serrano, Shoda Shahid, Nabil Shami, Sakara Shaw Williams, Wafi Sheik, Kylie Shen, Andrew Shanuda, Yakpa Sherpa, Isabel Sheba, Samia Shiti, Anna Siddiqui, Jamelia Simon, Kayla Saizan, Isatu Sissoko, Aminata Sissoko, Rachel Solares, Dawa Sonam, John Soriano Coyoto, Aminul Sovan, Shania Stevens, Edwin Tan, Francesca Tan, Farhana Tani, Gabriella Tapia, Fabia Tasneem, Ariane Tato, Abanub Tofek, Saqib Tayef, Yasker Tejada, Jacqueline Tepi, Mukesh Tamavanan, Jennifer Tixie, Naomi Tixie, Valeria Talapan, Rosferlin Tolentino, Angelica Toribio, Brandon Torres, Jana Torre, Michael Troshin, Jessica Sui, Miriam Tuba, Olivia Tukwi, Tanvin Twinkle, Mithila Upoma, Lisbeth Valerio, Carla Vanderhorst, Angelica Flores Vargas, Haley Vargas, Jocelyn Vargas, Annalise Vasquez, Kevin Vasquez, Jennifer Vasquez, Jeremy Velez, Lindsay Velez Munez, Selena Velez, Ethan Vicari, Brandon Villa, Sophia Wen, Malik Williams Bay, Zaria Williams, Keturah Wilson, Alex Wong, Chris Wu, Bashar Yahya, Mo Yan, Grant Yi, Hong Di Yu, Jasmine Yu, Zuleika Youssef, Leonardo Zambrano, Sandra Stunchik, Jeffrey Zen, Anji Zhang, Hu Young Zhang, Michael Zhang, Michelle Zhang, Denise Zhu. And that concludes our list of graduates. Congratulations to the class of 2020.
Tonight we gather for a time of celebration as we recognize the class of 2020. However, we are deeply saddened by the loss and absence of one of our classmates, Jonathan Fernandez. Jonathan passed away last spring, leaving behind a legacy that will never be forgotten at Health Professions. Jonathan was a kind, gentle soul who was adored by his parents, admired and loved by the faculty and students at Health Professions. Mr. Valdez was Jonathan's living environment teacher during his freshman year, and in that time, the two formed a strong bond. Mr. Valdez remembers that Jonathan was a polite young man with a radiant smile. During his toughest times, he maintained a positive attitude, strong work ethic, and never failed to give out high fives. In the words of Mr. Valdez, Jonathan was just an amazing kid from an amazing family. Before I begin, let's bow our heads in a moment of silence to pay tribute to the life of this great young man. Jonathan, we miss you. Graduates, your diploma today symbolizes your ability to persevere through tough times, overcome obstacles, and reach high academic standards. I know over the past few months you have faced uncertainty, loss, anger, anguish, and fear. You dealt with an unprecedented pandemic that brought our country to its knees, and you have seen continued system of injustices to people of color. I can only imagine how overwhelmed you must feel right now. So tonight, I want you to celebrate as we pay tribute to your educational attainments and your transition into adulthood. I have been the principal of the High School for Health Professions and Human Services for 11 years, and this is my first virtual graduation. I was once told that you should never give a speech over 5 minutes because if you do, then people will stop listening to you. While writing this speech, I envisioned everyone fast-forwarding it if it went on too long. And I promise you, this speech will be less than 5 minutes. You can start your timers now. However, it will not be a quick speech because there is a lot I want to say to my favorite graduating class ever. Yes, I said it, and I will say it again. You are my favorite graduating class ever. You are truly exceptional, and I will miss seeing you greatly. I have already missed you so much these past 4 months. This is not what I wanted for you. Parents, on behalf of the High School for Health Professions, faculty, and staff, let me express my deep gratitude for the privilege of teaching and caring for your children over the past 4 years. It has been an honor to have worked with you to support each of them in this part of their life's journey. The class of 2020 is truly an extraordinary group of young adults, and we have been blessed by their hard work, compassion, ingenuity, as well as their dedication and willingness to make our school more academically competitive and a more inclusive learning community. I would like to thank our COSA, Ms. Riley, and Assistant Principal Student Life, Mr. Hoffman. It is with much gratitude that I acknowledge your determination and your efforts in planning and putting forth this first and hopefully last virtual graduation. Thank you for all that you do. Class of 2020, what can I say? The road has been long and winding. 4 years ago, you came here full of hopes, dreams, and expectations. Hopes and dreams that I hope we have nourished and furthered, even in the midst of a pandemic and social and political division that plagues our nation. Remember, no matter how fierce the storms you are forced to face or how dark the waters you are forced to swim in, never lose hope. I am confident that you, the class of 2020, are more than ready to enter this new phase of your life called adulthood. Graduates, during your time at Health Professions, you have taken advantage of opportunities to grow personally, socially, academically, and ethically. You took your responsibilities as seniors very seriously and acted as a model for the underclassmen on how to meaningfully contribute to the community and how to interact with teachers and fellow students. You are leaders in every sense of the word. Remember, leadership comes with a heavy responsibility. Soon you will be out in the world. However, while you're pursuing your passions and working towards your dreams, you have an important responsibility. Class of 2020, it is up to you. It's up to your generation to continue the fight against social, economic, and political injustices. Your activism and compassion over the past few years gives me confidence that you will strongly impact the world through your empathy and conviction. I will leave you simply with the words of the late Mother Teresa. Life is a promise. Fulfill it. Graduates, today, you continue to write your story, and I pray it is an authentic story, one of gratitude, one of harmony, and one of conviction. On behalf of myself, the faculty, staff, and administration, we are so very proud of you. Congratulations, class of 2020. Know that you are special, and as that you are making your way through life, always think of the High School for Health Professions and Human Services as home. And as long as I am principal, you will always, always be safe at home. Be safe, be well, and most importantly, always be Viper strong. And now, please welcome the valedictorian for the class of 2020, Rhea Pineda.
Malcolm X once said, "Education is our passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for it today." We are those people. We graduates are the people who will make a difference and impact the world tomorrow using the knowledge that we gain. To the class of 2020, my name is Rhea Pineda, and I am extremely humbled to be our graduating class valedictorian. I stand before you to congratulate every single one of our seniors. Firstly, I want to take this opportunity to thank all of the staff and teachers for making this graduation become a reality, even though it is virtual and not exactly how we expected it to be. Thank you to Mr. Gentile, the assistant principals, teachers, staff, and everyone who made our 4 years at Health Professions memorable. We thank you for always giving your all every day and pushing us to expand our knowledge, especially at times when we were not motivated to learn. You have all nurtured our education in ways that are unimaginable and have provided us with a tremendous amount of expertise that we will never forget. But it goes beyond the classroom. You have made an impact in our lives, teaching us life lessons that we will cherish, and even making time to build relationships that for many of us will last a lifetime. Thank you for all your hard work. To our parents, families, guardians, especially to my own mom, dad, and sister, thank you for all you do for us. Thank you for your guidance, friendship, and discipline. We wouldn't be here without you. Thank you for pushing us out of bed every morning and making us come to school, in addition to continuing our education at home. We thank you and we love you. Now, a message to my fellow seniors. Congratulations! We did it! After many all-nighters, mental breakdowns, and stressful weeks of essays, assignments, and exams, we have finally reached the end. Looking back at my time in health professions, I have made so many memories with you all. We have seen each other grow from having our lockers all the way up to the 4th floor and making our way down to the senior hallway. We cried, laughed, and shared some unforgettable times that we will always look back on. Graduating in the midst of a global pandemic, as well as the current situation with racial injustice, has taught many of us to hold on to our high school memories and not wish for it all to be over so soon. Reflecting back on the 4 years of high school, I remember freshman year like it was yesterday. I was scared, just like many others. I didn't know a lot of people, nor did I know my way around the school. But as weeks flew by, many of us got to know each other better. As small 14-year-olds, we started to adapt to our school and began to find our own motivation, whether that be seeing our friends or simply going to our favorite classes. Back then, graduation seemed so far away. By the end of junior year, after being involved in different high school activities, such as science symposiums, National Honor Society, and volunteering at school events, I came to a realization that high school isn't so bad. It actually went by very quickly. I couldn't believe that I was already a senior. Senior year rolled out in the blink of an eye. We were excited for all the senior activities to come and make the most of our last few months together. Great. Many of us were looking forward to the last high school sporting events. Others were excited to rock their prom dresses, and others were especially thrilled to graduate after completing 4 years of high school. But on Friday, March 13th, everything changed. Every one of us walked out of the buildings of health professions thinking that we would be coming back to school that following Monday. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Due to COVID-19, we had to switch from learning in between the 4 walls of the classroom to the 4 walls of our living room on Google Classroom. We also had to switch seeing our friends in classes to seeing them on Zoom virtually. Everything was cut so short, and now I regret spending a lot of time wishing for it to be over so soon, and instead wish to have appreciated our time much more. This is what makes us different from any other graduating class. Unfortunately, we missed out on having a prom, a senior breakfast, a senior trip, and more importantly, a typical graduation. All of this we had to sacrifice in order to keep our community safe and healthy. But just know this: your efforts, determination, hard work, and dedication do not go unnoticed. It's okay to feel upset, lost, or unsure, but everything will get better. To conclude, I would like to leave you all with this. We are the futures and the ones who will make a change. It is up to us to shape the place we want to live in. I hope that you all stand up and constantly fight for justice, especially in the world we live in today. Go out and vote for what is right, because your voice matters. Be the change you want to see. I hope that once all of this is over, we can all get to hug each other one last time. Good luck to everyone, whether you're going off to college, getting a job, or whatever you have stored for the future. Good luck to everything you have planned ahead. I know every single one of you will be amazing in everything you do. I am super proud of all of you, and even more proud to be a part of the class of 2020. Thank you, and as always, go Vipers.
Good morning, health professions. We can never get this right.
Never mind. Welcome to the senior video.
Hope you enjoy.
Just watch the damn video.
Are you ready for it?
My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put a baby in a spiral. Soprano C, we like to keep it on the high note. It's levels to it, you and I know. Tell them be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down.
You're looking at the truth, the money never lie. No, I'm the one, yeah. I'm the one early morning in the dawn. Know you wanna ride now. imitators. Don't let the only real one intimidate ya. See you watching, don't run out of time now. I'm the one, yeah.
So baby, pull me closer in the backseat of your Rover that I know you can't afford. Bite that tattoo on your shoulder. Pull the sheets right off the corner of the mattress that you stole from your roommate back in Boulder. We ain't never getting older.
Girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead.
Gold jewelry shining so bright. Strawberry champagne on us. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. By the fire at night. Silk sheets and diamonds, all white. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like.
I still see your shadows in my room. Can't take back the love that I gave you. It's to the point where I love and I hate you, and I cannot change you, so I must replace you. Oh, easier said than done. I thought you were the one listening to my heart instead of my head. You found another one, but I am the better one. I won't let you forget me.
Bad things. It's a lot of bad things that they wish and they wish and they wish and they wish and they wishing on me. Bad things. It's a lot of bad things that they wish and they wish and they wish and they wish and they wishing on me. Yeah. Hey.
¿Dónde está mi gente? Me fue a bouger la tête. ¿Y dónde está mi gente? Say yeah, yeah, yeah. I've been popping, man, I feel just like a rock star. All my brothers got that gas and they always be smoking like a rock star. When me call up on no and show up, man, them the shot toss. When my homies pull up on your block, they make that thing go grata-ta-ta.
Cause girls like you run around with guys like me till sundown. When I come through, I need a girl like you, yeah, yeah. Girls like you love fun and yeah, me do what I want. When I come through, I need a girl like you, yeah, yeah. I hear dripping in finesse, it don't make no sense. I hear dripping in finesse, you know it, you know. I hear dripping in finesse, it don't make no sense. I hear dripping in finesse, you know it, you know.
Diamond district in the chain. Certified, you know I'm gang, 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 gang. Drop the top and blow the brand. Oh, he's so handsome, what's his name? I need the dollars to change, beat it up like pinata. Tell the job to close the curtains. Bad chicks make you nervous. Havana, ooh, nah, nah. Half of my heart is in Havana, ooh, nah, nah. He took me back to East Atlanta, nah, nah, nah. All of my heart is in Havana,
you'll never find another like me. I'm the only one of me. Let me keep you company. You're the only one of you. Baby, that's the fun of you. And I promise that nobody's gonna love you like me.
So you're a tough guy, like you really rough guy. Just can't get enough guy, just always so puff guy. I'm that bad type, make your mama sad type, make your girlfriend mad type, might seduce your dad type. I'm the bad guy.
Duh. I can't write one song that's not about you. Can't drink without thinking about you. Is it too late to tell you that everything means nothing if I can't have you? I can't write one song that's not about you. Can't drink without thinking about you. Is it too late to tell you that everything means nothing if I can't have you? Then you're left in the dust unless I stuck by you. You're a sunflower. I think your love would be too much, or you'd be left in the dust unless I stuck by you. You're the sunflower. You're the sunflower. Dile que tú eres mía, mía. Tú sabes que eres mía, mía. Tú misma lo decías cuando yo te lo hacía. Yeah, dile que tú eres mía, mía. Tú sabes que eres mía, mía. Tú misma lo decías cuando yo te lo hacía. Yeah, 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 yeah. She fill my mind up with ideas. I'm the highest in the room. Hope I make it out of here. Pulling out the coupe at the lot. Told him 12 SWAT. Busting all the bells out the box. I just hit a lick with the box. Had to put the stick in the box. Pour up the whole field. I'ma get lazy. I got the mojo deals. We been trapping like the 80s. So, got the cash out. Told them wipe but no. Say slash slash. I won't never sell my soul. And I can back that. And I really wanna know where you at. Baby girl, you got it, girl. You got it, girl. You got it, girl. You got it, girl. I don't wanna play no games, Around, give you my last name. Know you tired of the same damn thing. That's okay, cause baby, you got it, girl. You got it. Hey. You got it, girl. You got it. Working on a weekend like usual. Way off in the deep end like usual. Swear they passed us, they doing too much. Haven't done my taxes, I'm too turned up. Virgil got a paddock on my wrist going nuts. Caught me slipping once, okay, so what? Someone hit your block up, I tell you if it was us. Man, a house in Rosewood, it too plush. I love it when you call me señorita. I wish I could pretend I didn't need ya, but every touch is ooh la la la. It's true la la la. Ooh, I should be running. Ooh, you know I love it when you call me señorita. I wish it wasn't so damn hard to leave ya, but every touch is ooh la la la. It's true la la la. Ooh, I should be running. Ooh, you keep me coming for ya. Everybody hurts sometimes. Everybody hurts someday. Hey, hey. But everything gon' be alright. Gonna raise a glass and say, hey. Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back your.
So, how are we gonna end this video?
I don't know, but gotta go watch my sister, girl.
What?
I honestly have no idea, but I'm gonna go make a TikTok right now, so I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, and I gotta go to work, so bye.
Oh, I'm really sorry to say this, but my food's here. I have to go get it. Bye.
I guess I have to end the video now. So to the class of 2020, we love you and we wish you the best of luck in all you do in life. Bye.
Good evening, Viper family. Thank you all for joining in this well-deserved celebration. While we aren't physically together in Coney Island, I still feel a strong sense of community as you tune in from throughout our great city and beyond. The past few months have been uniquely challenging. However, when our school doors closed, these students rose to the occasion. They kept recording the morning announcements, encouraged clubs to continue meeting, and even organized a virtual Spirit Week because they knew their fellow Vipers needed their efforts. When long-anticipated senior trips and special events were canceled, those students took it in stride and presented a brave face despite their own grave disappointment. When it came time to plan this virtual graduation and to honor all of your accomplishments, many of our seniors generously stepped in to lend a hand. I have truly never witnessed such maturity and understanding from a group of young adults, and it gives me great hope for the future if these young people are to be our leaders. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Mr. Gentile for entrusting me with this role. My first year as COSA will be one to remember. Thank you to Mr. Hoffman for all of your support this year and for your continued willingness to chaperone every event without question. To Nancy Aragon, our school treasurer, thank you for staying with us this year, even though you were all set to retire. We truly could not have done it without you. To Ms. Kaplan, thank you for all of your wisdom this year. Thank you to the staff for chaperoning all of our trips this year and for supporting our events. A special shout out to Francesca Tan and Jasmine Yu from the senior class who worked so hard along the student council to help put this event together. Along with Ms. Pasquale, Ms. Gigrich, Mr. Natera, and our guest speakers, Ms. Brewer, Mr. Epstein, and Councilwoman Rivera, we thank you very much. To my senior council, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You have made any and all events that we were able to do this year happen. Without you, I would have been completely lost. Thank you for all that you have taught me this year and for all of the laughs and love along the way. Ashley, your future is so bright. Your calming energy in our chaotic world of B12 was so appreciated and needed this year. I will miss you like crazy. Frankie, thank you for all of your hard work and dedication and for keeping us laughing even when it wasn't always appropriate. I'm gonna miss you so much. Xavier, thank you for your enduring empathy and for your genuine commitment to our school. I will miss you and Frankie dancing in the basement and keeping me entertained. Say hello, say goodbye. Say hello, say goodbye. See, I got it right this time. And to Symphony, thank you for your leadership and light, for always defending what is right, and for your devotion to making the class of 2020 unforgettable. I know this will be a year we all will remember forever. And now I will turn it over to your senior council one last time.
Hey class of 2020, let me just start off by saying that I used to say that the class of 2020 was superior to any other graduating class as a joke, but now I can see that I was right. The class of 2020 will literally go down in history. After almost 4 years of hard work and determination, we get slapped in the face by a global pandemic. Way to make our senior year memorable. Not only for us, but for the thousands of future AP History students who will read all about this year in their textbooks. When I transferred to the school, there was no way I could have imagined myself 3 years later as senior class treasurer, giving you a graduation speech wearing pajamas under my cap and gown. Nonetheless, Symphony basically forcing me to join student council was the best decision she ever made. I will never forget B12 and Miss Riley and Miss Aragon and all the memories made in that office. Thank you, Miss Aragon, for staying one last year with us. We could not have done it without you. No, seriously. we would have been a mess. Thank you to my family for letting me stay hours in that office doing God knows what every day. Thank you to my friends that were down there helping every single day. Thank you to everyone that checked in on us once in a while. Thank you to all the teachers who supported each of their clubs. A special shout out to Ms. McElroy for helping me with Girl Up. And thank you everyone that came down there even once or twice to pay their senior dues or even ask a question. HPHS wouldn't have been the same without you. Each one of you contributed to our community, and although it wasn't always perfect, it was genuine, it was strong, and most importantly, at least for me, it was fun. We are entering into the world as adults in an unprecedented time, where finally, monumental change is happening, and that's because not only does our generation make TikToks or watch hours of shows and movies or play hours of video games until the morning, we stand up and we fight for what we believe in, and most importantly of all, we don't give up. If we did, then half of us wouldn't be graduating today. Be proud of what we have accomplished and be proud of what we are going to accomplish as we step into the future together.
To all my seniors out there, we did it. Although we didn't think we'd be in a situation like this for our graduation year, it is unfortunately our reality. I never even would have thought about myself sitting here in my house with my cap and gown on recording this speech. It sucks that we're in this position, but there isn't much to do other than be there for each other like we've been doing for the past 3 months. I am truly honored to have been our class's secretary and assist in the plans for our senior year. I won't lie to you guys. A lot of the tasks that we had as a council were stressful, but I do not regret doing any of it with them because it made the time that we had together in person memorable and enjoyable. I want to thank you all students for being the amazing people you are. We, the class of 2020, have most definitely made the books. No other class had to go through what we went through in the last months of our high school career. Do me a favor and please continue in life with your heads high, just like Mr. Vegas said, and be proud of yourselves. I also have to ask one other favor of you. Please do not be those parents that name your kids after its pandemic. We don't need any quarantina, corona, or pandemicas roaming around in the future. Additionally, I'd like to thank the staff members here at HPHS for their dedication and help to the class of 2020. Whether it was chaperoning our senior trip, teaching us throughout our 4 years, or being that person that we needed the most to vent to. There is never enough appreciation shown towards the staff at Health Professions. You guys deal with us students from our adolescence age all the way until we reach young adulthood. It is because all of you, the staff members, that us seniors grow up to be mature young adults. Thank you for all you have done for our class. Thank you for the love and support, and mainly, thank you for being our family figure away from our real families. Personally, I would like to thank Ms. Kaplan. You have dealt with my immature shenanigans all the way from freshman year to my now mature, well-rounded self today. Thank you for being one of the realest staff members there to listen and give me the best advice. I can honestly say you have taught me a lot of life lessons, but the one life lesson that I will always remember from you is that the best revenge is kindness. Never approach someone when you are pissed. Wait it out and approach it when you are calm, Franklin. Also, I'd like to thank Ms. Riley. Although it was your first year on board as coordinator of student activities, I must say I am happy it was with this senior council. From the failed movie nights to the tedious decorating of every single event and stress of different tasks such as blowing up tons of balloons, I enjoyed it all. Thank you for being the mama bear to your little ducklings all year and always looking out for us. On behalf of the senior class, we would like to specifically thank the Comprehensive Youth Development Team, Mrs. Fatima, Ms. Gina, Ms. Mary, Ms. Ashley, and Ms. Gabby for all of your hard work you put in with us seniors to help us with the transition from high school to our plans we have after high school and much more. Finally, and most importantly, I want to thank my own family. It is because of all of you that I was motivated to continue trying my best and working hard in school. I promise to continue my studies to become a part of that small percentage of male nurse practitioners and make you proud as the family's first generation college student. Thank you to the class of 2020, parents, guardians, staff, and administration for joining us today to watch HPHS's first virtual commencement.
Good evening, my fellow peers, faculty, and family of the graduating class of 2020. It is my honor and my privilege to speak to you guys today. Never in my 4 years would I have ever fathomed standing here in front of you guys, speaking virtually nonetheless to commemorate all the accomplishments that propelled us to coming together thus far. Everything from the small accomplishments to the even bigger ones we never thought that we would get to. walking in as timid freshmen, worrying about passing a Regents class and what friends we would make on the first day, hoping that high school would be everything that we ever dreamed it to be. Remember not being able to find where your next class was or which teacher was who? So 3 short years later, and here we are seniors, ready to embark in the next journey in our lives. When I sit back and think of our class, I am remarkably reminded of the determination we have to work together through hard times. These past 3 years have been everything but easy for all of us. In these past 4 years, I've realized that it truly takes a community to accomplish change. It took what felt like never-ending nights of volunteer work, countless student council meetings after long days of school, and even meetings with the principal to make sure that our voices were heard. The students couldn't have done this alone without the help of many faculty that we've developed personal relationships with. I've come across many teachers and staff that have helped in guiding the student council, alongside ensuring that we were our best selves that we can be for the school. In favor of the senior class for putting up with our outrageous demands, it's my personal honor to thank the guidance team, especially Ms. Pasquale, for working with the seniors this year, helping us prepare for college, getting our lives on track, listening to our constant bickering of wanting classes changed, and making sure that above all, our mental and emotional health was stable all the way through a tough transition in our lives. And a very special thanks to my family. Without my mom, my dad, my 3 younger brothers, and my grandparents, I would not be half of the man that I am today speaking to you guys. Thank you to each and every single family member that has aided me and in each and every single one of us in our difficult journey. One quote that I've always applied to our class is there is beauty in the struggle, and that is because beauty provides perseverance. As a class, we've struggled. As individuals, we've struggled. As minorities going to school in Lower Manhattan, we have struggled, but we made it. We are the ones who can go from here on out with the lessons that high school teachers and other students have taught us and use them all around the world. The same way that we use ourselves to build up these 4 walls in health professions is the same way we should build up the determination to be the best version of ourselves that this world can ever see. This audience that I'm looking at virtually has future doctors, future lawyers, future healthcare workers, forensic scientists, and many more. We've reached the stars. Now it's time to aim for much more. We are destined for greatness, propelled by this dream. This will probably be the last time of me addressing you guys while still being called your senior class vice president. It's been an honor and a privilege to work with you and see everyone grow into the person that they have today. Farewell and nothing but the best of luck to the health professions graduating class of 2020.
Hey again. This is the last you'll be seeing of me on this virtual graduation. I would like to use this time to thank individuals who helped me become who I am today. Thank you to my parents and family for showing me the power in being independent and staying true to myself. I would not have been able to achieve my goals without you, so thank you. I love you. Thank you to Ms. Gigerich, Ms. Kaplan, and Ms. Martins for showing me the importance education has in making change in the world. Thank you, Ms. W, for being there for me regardless of circumstance. Thank you, Mr. Gento, for giving me a chance to figure out what I'm most passionate about. Your determination to grow and improve yourself for your students does not go unnoticed. And lastly, I would like to thank my council and Miss Riley for being my rock. Ashley, Frankie, and Xavier. I could not have imagined having a better team. Despite all the failures and all the arguments, you made me appreciate every day of school. It hurts me to say this, but the City Girls of 2020 are officially signing off. Miss Riley, you provided us with peace that was very much needed within all the chaos. Your genuine soul and true love for your job made us appreciate you every day. Thanks for being our school mom. We will always cherish the memories we made with you, Mama Riley. Class of 2020, you were amazing. I can't wait to see what you all become. Thank you for allowing me to be your leader. This is only the beginning, and please remember that. We are all so young and have so much time to achieve our goals, so don't rush. Always remember to take time to smell the roses. Congratulations, class of 2020. You're officially graduated.
And now, graduates, please stand. By the power vested in me by the New York State Education Department, I hereby confirm upon you your high school diploma, for which you've been certified by the faculty of the High School for Health Professions and Human Services. I extend to you my sincere congratulations. You may now change your tassels from right to left. Congratulations, everyone. You've graduated.
Been hustling and tonight is my appraisal, 'cause I'm a hooker selling songs and my pimp's a record label. This world is full of demon stocks and bonds and Bible traders, so I do the deed, get up and leave a climber and a sadist, yeah. Are you ready for the sequel? Ain't ready for the latest? In the garden of evil, I'm gonna be the greatest in a golden cathedral. I'll be praying for the faithless, and if you lose, boo-hoo. Hey, look, ma, I made it. Hey, look, ma, I made it. Everything's coming up pieces, pieces. If it's a dream, don't wake me, don't wake me. I said, hey, look, ma, I made it. Friends are happy for me, or they're honeysuckle phonies. Then they celebrate my medals, or they wanna take my trophies. Some are loyal soldiers, while these other thorns are rosy. And if you never know who you can trust, then trust me, you'll be lonely. Oh, are you ready for the sequel? Ain't ready for the latest in the garden of evil. I'm gonna be the greatest in a golden cathedral. I'll be praying for the faithless, and if you lose, boo-hoo. Hey, look, ma, I made it. Hey, look, ma, I made it. Everything's coming up pieces, pieces. If it's a dream, don't wake me, don't wake me. I said, hey, look, ma, I made it, I made it.
hands, put your empty hands in mine. And scars, show me all the scars you hide. And hey, if your wings are broken, please take mine so yours can open too.